Hello, friends. I had a little bit of technical difficulty, but I'm here now. Happy Friday night. Let me say hello to you guys here. Hello. How are you doing? So I just waiting till somebody comments and then I'll know. Can you see me on the Facebooks? Can you see me on the YouTubes? Hello. So it's Thursday night, not Friday night, but I'm live because I just like to switch things up and keep you guys on your toes. So how you doing? Hi, Kristen. Hi, Jerry Ann. 111 in Arizona. I felt that when I was in Vegas, and that was just crazy. Crazy. Hello, Robin. How are you? And Julie, Wendy, Jen, Marta, Catherine. How you doing, friends? This is going to be a fun one. You guys tend to like, it's looking like a hot mess here because what happened is I couldn't go live on my computer. It was saying the camera was being used by something else. So, of course, modern technology is awesome when it works, but a pain in the butt when it doesn't. I had to restart the computer to get everything rolling. So, hello. Hi. Oh, so many friends here. Hello, Paula. I texted you or sent you an email. Did you see it? How's everybody doing? Oh, so many of my friends are here. I love it. So what I was saying, because I digress like that often happens, is we're going to do layouts and cards tonight. And guess what I did? I even printed photos right now, 5 minutes before I went live. That is why I love my Epson PictureMate 400, because my phone, done. So I love it. So I printed photos and everything. Hello, Lail by Mail. Look it. I have to send you this photo. Look what I printed to use tonight on our bubble layout. I'm missing you too. I haven't even had a chance to message you and tell you how much I love you. So hello, friend, missing you too. I'll text you when I'm done my live tonight. Sitting here with a pile of marking and data entry while watching you. I love it, Wendy. Whatever makes that a little bit more pleasant, right? Whatever makes that a little bit more pleasant. So, oh, you look so sweet in that blouse. Thank you. It's actually just like a cottony t-shirt because I woke up, started working, actively designing my next collection. So I was drawing the thickers. So I was doing that today, drawing, erasing so that I could get them just perfect. And then I came down here to prep a few things and sent my husband off to drop off a kit for Sweet Rush, which is this weekend. So even if you guys didn't get in, and when I start showing you the projects and you're excited about it, you still want to get a kit, you can still purchase them and you can watch everything recorded. But my sweet friend Jennifer is here taking her, I think her master's doctorate, something really smart people do here at Brock University. And she decided she wants to play along with Sweet Rush. So Rich just ran it over to her, because she's just like across literally the little river. So he brought that over to her so that she can participate this weekend. So I'm super excited. So that's why I'm live on Thursday, because Sweet Rush starts tomorrow and we're doing cards, albums, layouts. So I won't be going live tomorrow. So I thought, your PhD, see that Jennifer, she's smart. She's working hard over there. So Sidecar Rich got right into his sidecar and drove it over to her. So very excited that worked. And she's here with us now tonight. So yay to Jennifer, right? This is what I have to give you, because you're over there working hard and using your brain power, and you got to love that. So, right? All education and bettering yourself is just the best. So glad you're here, friends. And you switched from Facebook to YouTube. Is it better, Glenda? Were you having an issue? I might have missed that. Such care of a family business. Yeah, I sent him to do that and to pick up McDonald's, because I'm like, okay, now I've run out of time for supper. So can you do that? So very excited that that all worked out. So tonight, do you remember? I have all my stuff is laying here. So do you remember? Because now it's like way back, throwback, that we'd made this background a couple of Friday nights ago with my metallic texture paste and Tim's new, I just forgot, Charted Mariner. And I said, we're going to make projects out of it. So tonight I have the background that we made, And remember, I cleaned my stencil off and did some inking through it. So I'm going to make my card out of this. I'm going to make a layout out of this. And then from Lael and I, our shenanigans with the bubble blowing, remember I made this background? So I'm going to make a layout out of that. And for whatever scraps I have card. And I'm going to use all Sweet Rush with it. The only thing that I did to prep for my card, because now I'm a card maker, is I created some layered, can you see that? Some layered sentiments. And I'm using the same one on, oh, did that, dropped it. Using the same one on both. Using the same one on both cards, just to make it easy tonight, right? So I went to print a 4x6 photo, but when I edited the photo of Lael and I, it actually is about a 4x5. And then I did a 4x4 and a 3x4. So those are the photos I'm going to use tonight, photo sizes. And hi, Irene. I'm happy for Sweet Rush weekend as well. And I don't know if I even finish my thoughts. I get so excited when I'm on here. Deep breath. I get so excited when I'm on here that sometimes my thoughts are jumbled and I talk about like things all like cray cray. So Sweet Rush is this weekend. If you did buy the kit and you haven't got into the private Facebook group, you need to do that. Natalie's here tonight, so she's always my trusty sidekick. She will help you with that. I did share the link to the private group on Vicki Booten YouTube. No, pardon me, Vicki Booten Facebook artist page, and in our Vicki Booten creative community. So just make sure you follow the link. And even if you can't find your order number, Natalie has a list. So you can even say, I can't find my order number. She has the list, so she will help you get in there. So if you haven't done that, you want to do that. You want to make sure that you go and set your reminders for all of the videos, and all of the information is in the guides section. And like I said, if you're like, I didn't even know anything about this Sweet Rush project weekend, I do have kits left and I can still ship them to you. You don't have to join in live. Well, even if you order the kit now, you can still join in live, but that's the album we're doing. So that's why I won't be here tomorrow. And then tonight we are going to do some layouts and cards. So we're going to get right into it. So I am ready. Any questions before we get started? I'm happy to provide this for you, Melinda. If you need a little cheering up, that's what we're here for. So welcome to Thursday Night Live and our awesome VBoo community. We will always lift your spirits here. So I'm glad that you joined us. Okay, any questions? So excited for this weekend. Me too. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera and we're going to get right into it. So here we go. Let me find my little button. You ready? And there we go. So you see, there's just crap all over my desk because in typical Vicki fashion, I was running around last minute and I started a half hour early tonight because I have a long weekend ahead of me, right? And I don't want to stay on too late tonight so that I am well rested for, just let me straighten my cords out here, well rested for a very busy weekend. Sorry, I'm jiggling the camera a little bit. So let me straighten that out, set myself up, and then we can talk about what I've got on my desk here. Let me put the camera on here, or the light on here. Oh, and just give me a second. I left my pot lights on and I have to shut those off because of the reflection. Throwing shadows, right? I am certainly in no way a professional camera person. So a lot of times I'm like, oh, just figuring out as I go. So if you did not join Lael and I went live with Lael on her YouTube channel, which is Lael by Mail. And we did listing and a whole bunch of fun. And Lael gave us some great listing topics. And then I did it in a Vicki way and Lael did it in her amazing Lael way. And then we went on my YouTube and my Facebook. I apologize. For some reason, we were having a thunderstorm at Lales and Facebook just shut off. So if you didn't get to see the end of the bubble blowing, it's all on YouTube, but I know Facebook got cut off that night. And then we went on my two platforms and we did mixed media. And Leo was a great sport and did such an awesome job blowing bubbles. So this is what I had left over. And now I'll post it, Jill. It is one I've used before. It's a Gina K dye. And I will post a link, but I know you already know. If you go to any of my past videos and you use any of my share sale links on any of the platforms, scrapbook.com, a cherry on top, or Simon Says Stamps to search it, then it's awesome. I was trying to be ahead of the game and get all of that up there, but ran out of time tonight. So it is a Gina K dye. Okay, Gina K. And you can find that. It was a hoot, right? The bubble blowing was so much fun. Lil did a great job. And see, here's the whole thing. Is she's a good sport and she's playing along. And I'm sure in the back of her mind, she was like, I do not know if I'm going to even enjoy this, but I will amuse Vicki and I'm going to do it. And I think she had a really good time. Didn't you, Lil? Right? You were having fun. She was messier than I was. And she is definitely a cleaner scrapper, right? So I love that. We had a lot of fun. So now here's what I want to tell you. So for tonight, I grabbed just a couple basics. We're going to go very simple. I'm going to go grab probably some cardstock. I didn't grab that. And we're going to make 2 layouts and 2 cards, and I'm using Olive Sweet Rush because then I thought, we've used this before. If you've already purchased it and you have some left over, I didn't want to make it where you had to run out and grab like a whole bunch of crazy stuff for tonight. If you don't have Sweet Rush, just use whatever you want, right? If you did these backgrounds with myself and Lil, and your colors are different, just grab some cardstock or whatever you have, so that you can play along tonight. So like I said, I even printed photos. And my plan for this layout was to go really high contrast. And even though there's some blues in my dress, I thought that these would be fun on this layout. So I'm probably going to do something like that. And then a title in there and keep it really simple, right? Just layer some paper and keep it really simple. So like I said, it's going to be smaller than a 4x4. So let's get my photo ready and then we'll decide what kind of mats we want to put on it. So how's everybody doing? Have you had a good week? I know a lot of you are having heat waves wherever you are. And it's crazy, even in England, right? Crazy weather there. But I saw someone posted, I think it was cooler today. So I'm hoping you are getting a break from that. Hope you're getting a break from that. And funny, so this picture, these were taken by my friend Shamel with my phone when I was in England and in London. And I'm waiting because when she gets through all of my editing my photos, I'm going to be very excited to get them because she's an amazing photographer. So we did that. And then this is a picture of Lil and I in front of her window. And this is my dress from Walmart. See it? Oh my goodness. I love this purchase. Isn't that fun? So Lil and I were looking because we're talking about like Walmart and that there's a couple of brands that she really loves. And I'm like, oh, awesome. We don't have those in Canada. And like we did a lot of shopping while I was in Utah and ordered this dress and immediately put it on when it came in because it is pink and red, which I love that color combo. And it's freaking polka dots, which is Vicki Bouton's like one of her favorite things. Like I said, when I was younger, much younger, there was a girl who called me the polka dot princess. Now, I don't think it was a compliment, but I took it as one. Isn't that funny? So here's what I want to do quickly. I'm going to grab a couple sheets of cardstock for my card bases. And what do you think about mats? I'm thinking that, will I be okay with? Okay, so these two are going on here. And this one, remember, we did the bubble blowing, but then I added stencils, and look at how the glaze turned out. Can you see that now that it's dry? Totally love that. I'm trying to get the reflection. That, see the gold there? So I think I'm going to do something just like that. I think I'm going to cut this one down and mat it, because I think that that will, I'm saying I think a lot, that that's going to pull some of the pattern, will rest the eye. So with my thought with that, I think I'm going to grab a piece of black cardstock as well. Okay. So this is what we're doing tonight. And then I'm going to figure something out with a card, because see, here's the other thing that I started messing around with was punching out shapes with from the bubble blowing in your mixed media. And then you can get contained funk. So for friends who are a little freaked out by a lot of pattern, this is a great way to quiet down the noise and just get a really fun custom made shapes and backgrounds. So I'm going to grab a sheet of black cardstock and some white cardstock. I'll be right back. I'm not leaving the room. I'm just walking away from you for a minute. Let me just grab that. It's right here. I think that's brown, and that won't work. So now this is when Vicki hopes I have black cardstock handy, because I should have tons of it, but one never knows. Found it. Black and some white. So I buy a whole ream of the Nina bright white cardstock. So see, some bases. Come back. I'm back. I just needed that. I needed the things. I love the bubble technique too, Paula. It's a lot of fun. Hello, Natalie. I'm home, and next week we need to plan our chat. I need to get the Michelle as well, because right now I'm not sure what's going on with any of the things. So hopefully we can herd us cats and get that all sorted out. My friend Natalie May from Australia, amazing artist, amazing friend. So very excited. What happened to Jen? I hope that everything turns out all right. Oh, big hugs, Jen. I'm not sure what happened, but I will read back later. So sending you lots of love, whatever is happening with you, my friend. I missed it, but I will find it later. So many friends here tonight. Very excited about it, because I know some of you probably didn't even know I was going live. Oh, do you want some more exciting news? So next week, I am going to do, I have to get in touch with American Craft, see if they can rush me the open stock pattern paper. But I want to do a walkthrough of my new holiday collection, Evergreen and Holly. And I am going to put up the pre-sale for our holiday weekend. And there's some fun stuff coming with that, friends. So I'm going to do something I've never done before in that kit, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you're watching. I'll send a newsletter out so that we can do have a little live, and then I will put the pre-sale for that weekend. I will put that up as a pre-order, but the product shipping, so it will ship soon, but I don't think I'm going to do that class till the first weekend of December. So you'll get your kit early, and then you're going to have to wait for me. You're going to have to wait for me. So yay. So yes, my photo paper, I see you guys are talking about it. So I use Staples brand Photo Supreme, and you probably can't see it, but it is a satin finish, and it has like a little bubble texture on it. So when you can find this paper, even if you can only get it in the 8.5 by 11 and have to cut it down to 4 by 6, it is hands down my favorite. It is nice and thick, and it prints beautifully. So I know my American friends, you can find it in 4 by 6. I don't know if it's in stock at Staples yet in Canada. It's been out of stock for a very long time, but I don't think people print at home as much as they used to. So I think it's a little harder to find. But yeah, I love it. It's my favorite paper. Love holiday everything. Me too. I cannot wait. So very excited about that. That I will get my pre-order up. And as always, I totally appreciate every single one of you who support me when you order the kits and you join me on these weekends. So if you are so inclined, that will be going up live. And I have lots of kits. So if you can't do that just yet, then they'll still be there. Okay. So next week it will go live. Not sure exactly which day, but very excited to get that going. Like I said, I was talking to Natalie and I have to price it out again, but I believe the value of the kit is 180 US. And I will be selling it for 185 or 190. I have to price it Canadian. So that's like a 30% savings. So just letting you know, and my Canadians friends as well. And I'm going to be putting something special in there too. So super excited. Okay, let's get started. Enough chatty. So I have just the basics tonight. I think that we will keep it pretty simple, right? Pretty simple. You like my fingernails? I know I need to go get them redone. They're growing out, but I went and got the dip done and it has really helped. My nails have been very damaged lately and this has definitely helped them grow and very excited about that. So let's trim. And like I said, I'm going to put a black border on this one. I'm going to mat it on black cardstock. So I am going to trim this down to maybe 11 1/4 by 11 1/4. 11 1/4 by 11 1/4. So I'm going to decide. So I'm going to cut 3/4 off. Should I do 3/4 or half? Let's start with a half. I'm going to start 11 1/2 by 11 1/2 and decide if that's enough. And if not, I can always cut some more off. And if you notice, I'm only doing it from one side. See, look at that. 11 1/2 is for the win. And because I still might use some of this to mat, so I'm not wasting all of this, I am going to totally go in and do an inner cut of some black for my mats. So I don't have to use another sheet of black cardstock. Hi, Jamie. How are you? Go. And I am going to mat that like that. I love it. Do you see what I'm saying? So I looked at this and I knew the background was pretty busy, right? And to leave it for as a full 12 by 12, I don't know if the pattern would sing as much. By matting it on a little bit of black, I find that that's really helps it. And that would make fun. Have you done any stitching on your pages cards? I do it all the time, Dawn, but I don't tend to pull my sewing machine out live because it kicks up on me. It gives me some trouble, right? So it's always one of those things when I pull it out and it gives me a hard time. It's always when I do it live. So I do. So I hand stitch. I use my sewing machine, but not usually when I'm live because it never works. So you could pick any color, but I find that that really made a difference. Hi, Paula. I'm getting excited. Close to 30 of your albums completed, excluding the Christmas ones. Oh my goodness, Paula. So Paula is an OG. She's been with me for a very long time. I absolutely adore her. If you ever have the opportunity to meet Paula, you will be a lucky person because she is an amazing human being. I absolutely adore her, and she's going to teach me how to make pizzelles. Is that how I say that, Paula? She's going to come see me one day when she's going through the Niagara region with some pizzelles, which, if you are not familiar, is my favorite Italian cookie. Right? Look at the difference, my friends. Look at the difference. I love it. Right? That totally makes that pop. Now, the photo I'm using, I pulled because, see, pink and a little bit of blue on Lael's dress, and it goes with my background. So let's move my stuff aside and focus on one project at a time. And let's finish this baby. Because here's the other thing that's magical about mixed media, backgrounds, and scrapbooking on them is there's a lot of magic going on here. So I don't want to cover it all up, right? So really all I have to do is map my photo, embellish a little bit, and add a title and some journaling. It doesn't take a ton. Hello, Danielle. How are you? I can't wait for the Sweet Rush Palooza this weekend. I miss hanging out with you. Danielle was on the cruise with me, her and her friend Lindsay. And, you know, here's the one thing that is amazing. I hang out with you guys online, but when I get to meet you guys in person, it is just a magical thing. And they usually watch on TV, so don't comment a lot. And I don't know. My cup was overflowing. I needed 20 cups after that cruise and getting to spend so much time with a lot of you. And I saw Kari's here tonight too. And she was on the cruise with me. And we cried. We did some tears of joy. It was a lot of fun. So very happy to have you guys here. So I'm going to double mat this in the yellow and the pink. So I'm going to put the pink closest to the photo, I think, and the yellow furthest away, because yellow is what I used. There's less yellow and more pink. Does that make sense? So let's see, because maybe I'm a liar and maybe I'm going to do it the opposite way, but let's check it out. So this yellow is from Sweet Rush. A lot of the busy patterns have awesome rest the eye patterns on the back. So this yellow is going to work really well on this layout. Doesn't matter that I don't have yellow in the photo, because I always find like yellow is a great neutral. So even if you don't like a lot of yellow, I love yellow as a neutral. If you like to use very colorful papers, yellow and green I find is in almost everything, right? So it's a lot of fun to use. Question: using the colors in your photo is how you decide on your background? Guess what, Monique? I made the background and then found a photo to go with it. It's kind of how I roll. But you could definitely do it the opposite way. Like, say you have an amazing photo you want to use, you could pull your color from that and then put it in your background, or use neutrals and then any photo that you have will pop. Hello, my friend Michelle. How are you? So how are you, my friend? So is it going to be yellow closest and pink? Let's decide. Where did I put the pink? There it is. And then look, there's where the pink and red have blended, there's a little bit of orange, and then we have pink and orange dots in here. So let's decide if we want pink on the background and yellow. Kind of digging it. I don't know, friends, what do you think? Kind of digging it. Or I already decided pink's going in the background, not the yellow, because the pattern's a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go tight with my mat on the yellow, and then pink is going to be my color that goes on here. Meeting in person was the best thing ever. It changes this crafting experience completely and makes it 1,000 times better. How is that even possible? Thank you, Danielle. Well, I hope it's because like I was okay in person, right? I hope it made it better because it's like, okay, when I met her in person, she was an okay human being. So I hope that is your takeaway, is that you hang out with me online, but when you met me in person, I was okay. right? So I'm not measuring, I'm just kind of eyeballing a mat that's slightly bigger than my photo, right? And then I will mark with my handy dandy measuring tool, my fingernail, and then I will cut the opposite way. See you later, Wendy. Time to do some teaching. Looking forward to this weekend. We will see you later, my friend, and I'll see you this weekend for sure. Okay, so there is that. I'm going to get rid of my yellow. I don't need that right now. Don't need that right now. And then I know my photo's going to go on here. Love that. That makes that pop. And then as I was looking, I was thinking I might make my mat come off the page so that it also kind of quiets the pattern. So if I make my mat kind of come on an angle and then go off the page. So I'm going to cut a piece of it a little bigger than the photo. And then I can decide and trim down wherever I need it. You use your fingernail too? Me too, Jamie. It is my built-in handy dandy measuring marking tool. And no one's is the same, right? No one's is the same. No one finger is the same. So we all have custom measuring tools and marking tool. So I cut a chunk of this and let's decide. See, I'm liking that already. How do you pick paper otherwise? So I picked the paper I printed this photo because I looked quickly and I'm like, oh, look, I pink in my dress so it'll match on this layout. So that's why I picked. And then Lael's dresses even has this kind of turquoisey color in it. So I love that. So then I picked yellow as a neutral. So even though there's no yellow in this photo, it goes really well as a base. So yellow in the layout or in the background, and then the yellow here. And then when we put it on that pink, and we can put it on an angle and kind of angle that in. And I'm going to leave it a little extra long there, and I'm going to mark it and cut it. And then the pink is in there too, and in my dress. And there's a little orange offset polka dot that also goes where the pink and the yellow blended to make orange. So winning, right? Oh, you were responding. Sorry. I thought you were asking me a question. So I'm going to mark where I want to cut on an angle with, again, my measuring tool, right? And I'll mark it. Nothing fancy here. And then I will just line those two marks up because it's going to be on an angle in my trimmer. So there and there, it's on an angle. And like I said, so you see what's going on here? Still a lot of pattern going on, right? By putting this pink that lines up right with my black, like this, that is going to make all of the pattern around here sing. I still have the pattern that I had blended through the center is coming down, and then I can map my photo, and then we'll decide. I'm not going to glue anything because do I want to put elements at the top? Maybe, or elements at the bottom. I can decide, but loving that already, right? Fun. You could put more pattern if you wanted to. Vicki Booten, what do you do with all your zip strips off your papers? I love that they have a usable pattern. I'm collecting a lot of them. I have done, like in one of my past Lollapalooza weekends, that's one of the layouts we did just with the UPC strips. Just with the UPC strips, we created a whole layout. So you can use them as cards, you can use them as banners. I think that's a great thing to use all of them or put them. It's like buying a whole pack of borders, right? So definitely don't throw them out. I do that with intention. We create those borders because if you notice, most American crafts collections don't have a full pattern on the back. They have the name of the paper on the front and back, and it's only part of the pattern. So I always request that we do a full border on the back so that we can use them, right? Use them like washi tape. Yes, Jamie, that's a great idea. Great idea. Yeah, I'm laughing. Danielle is saying that she's also a big fan of our boots, which would be my husband, right? We're using these on here because I love Lil. So I love the hearts are going to really pop. Look at really pop on this background. So we're going to use, these are called layered stickers. This is probably one of my favorite ever Vicki Boutin products. So I have bought cases of them because even when Sweet Rush is long gone, these still can come out to play. So definitely look for collections. Like I just put orders in for some of my favorite things from the new Maggie Holmes that's coming out. I love in Paige's collection. There was like 3 things. Like I think the thickers from her collection and one of her embellishments, because I just find that they're good general products. And then as well from Jen Hatfield. So when Evergreen and Holly ships, and then when Print Shop ships, I will be ordering a few things. And there's a new collection coming out from Simple Stories that I'm going to order and sell as like just a pack. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to be using that on Friday Night Lives, but I'm ordering very few. So watch when I post about that. If you love your, click it. That's going to go perfect right there. That's going. If you love your Simple Stories, I don't order a lot of other things beyond the weekends that I do, but that one I'm getting. I want the new Maggie Holmes collection. Let me know when you put your order in. I ordered a bunch of papers with that one, Nat, and some my favorites of the embellishments. So I'm going to just cut this out so we can kind of plan what we're doing here. So definitely send me an email if there's something really that you really want or you think I should bring in. Let me know. I will let you guys know as soon as I have that, okay, when it comes. But yeah, I think it's going to be fun. So let's look at what we can add on here. That one won't work. Some of the best memories are made in flip-flops. Not really going to work on here. Collecting these fabulous memories, that one will, and it ties the orange in. So I'm probably going to use that somewhere. That's out of the sticker book. And now we need to find a title. What do we want to use? Oh, look it. Hi, Dorothy. How are you? I forget what the new collection. Natalie, what collection was announced yesterday? Oh, happy. Look at that. That'll be good somewhere. So let's decide. And it's kind of the year in review. I thought that it was a fabulous collection. I love the design of it. So I am totally grabbing a couple of packs of that collection. If you know me, you know that I love to support other brands, even though I have my own collection. Doesn't mean make a difference. I love Simple Stories. I love the people who own that company. I love the people who work for that company. So I will 100% support them in any way that I can. So I think that one's going to be a fun one. I'm just grabbing a couple rando pieces and we'll decide what I want to use. Okay. But just to break it up so I can layer up in that corner. And then we can decide what we're doing. Ooh, this is fun too. Hi, Lee. Life Captured. That's the collection that I am getting. So the order form I just got, it's shipping in September. So watch for that for you guys when you're placing your orders. And Riley and I are going to be working on my shop next week, getting the stash boxes together. So, I told you I'm cleaning up my stash. I'm going to get the stash boxes together. So be watching for that, right? My hubby made supper so I could join you tonight. That's so nice, Stacy. Thank you, Mr. Hunter. That is very, very nice. Hello, Deborah from Utah. Very happy to have you guys here. Love the photo, Vicki. Thank you. It is like it. We did not. We were very bad paper crafters, Lil and I. We did not take a lot of photos. So I'm gonna put this up closer so you can see where I'm going. But the little piece that I clipped is we try to give you as much bang for your buck. So in my collections, you will notice that things that we can do in double but only count as one piece of ephemera, we often will do. So I don't want to put important stuff on here. I'm going to use the naked one and then we'll layer a sticker. But look at the colors. It's perfect for this, right? That kind of yellow and pink. So totally going to use that. And I feel like the bones are already on here for this layout, right? So, and maybe collecting fabulous memories might do that. I don't know yet. But we have happy. We know the hearts are going to go on here somewhere. Now let's decide what's going to be, what we're going to use, what's going to be, what we're going to use for the title. Now there's a lot of business going on in the background of this page, right? So I feel like, oh, this is a good one. Look at loving this day. Let's see with the white border if that. So I think I'm going to have to mat it on something because if I don't, I feel like it's going to get lost. So I am going to definitely pop this up with some foam dots and then we're going to put some kind of mat behind it. So it can pop up. We need to rest our eye a little bit, okay? So I am going to just back that with some foam dots. I like to cut my foam dots or foam square. It is a foam square. Is anyone playing along with me tonight? I know with it being a Thursday that it might not be the case because you guys have to get up, go to work tomorrow or whatever is happening. But I am curious. Is Irene, are you working away? Hi, Kate. How are you? Never late, right? I know with these lives, and especially when I do them, it's a sticker. So, you know, I'm going to use my powder tool to destickify it. Whenever you can make it here, we're always just happy to have you. Oh, I'm just thinking about it. I don't think I went out inside and watered my plants today. So when I get off this live, I'm going to have to make sure I go and do that so they don't die. Just thinking about that. Got working. Our hot water tank. Do you remember the beeping? If you were with me, it was beeping. And we had to get, look at, I don't mind that, right? And then I'm just going to put some kind of piece, maybe a circle. Wouldn't a circle kind of be cool? If I just get my circle punch and just punch another color that could work behind that. I think that would work. And then we can start gluing stuff down. Did I leave that? Yeah, a piece there. I like that there. And then we can start popping it all up. And I feel like I'm almost ready to commit. I can put that right in there. Loving this day. So I'm going to do a lot of clustering right in here, right? And then with the loving this day, I can put the hearts, right? I love it. Had a great sushi dinner with a girlfriend and almost forgot about tonight. Well, I'm glad that you got to visit with your friend. That is super important. It is nice now that we get the opportunity to go out. Do I want that on here? No, it's too much. Too much, Vicki. I find there's so much business going on in the background here. We don't really need it, do we? Don't really need to add too much. But I do think just a little circle. And I'm going to try it in black first. I happen to have a 2-inch circle punch here because I'm all ready for tomorrow. And I use the punch. If you're like 2-inch punch, she doesn't have that on her list. I use the 2-inch punch tomorrow for leaves. So I am going to punch a little circle, and let's see if the black will work, or if I have to get up and find something else. But I think it'll be good. See, I just want to pop that loving this. So now it's, right? It's not blending into the background. I'm going to start sticking down. Let's start sticking it down because we have another layout to do and the 2 cards, and I'm hoping we can get to all of it. Okay, I'm going to glue this down, tape runner. Very good, very good. Set. No tape is coming off. Don't you love when that happens? I don't know if any tape came off. It did now. Okay. And then I will not lay everything flat because it's how I roll. So I like to do stuff like this and make the noises with it. So thank you. I see a lot of you are joining me tonight from different time zones. So I know that it could be late where you are. So thank you for hanging out with us. Always love having you guys here. Otherwise, I'd just be sitting here talking to myself, which, if you know me, it would not be unusual. That could definitely happen. Love it. So what else you guys have planned? Does anybody have any vacations planned for the summer? Are you doing anything fun or going anywhere special? Do you guys have cottages or trailers, or do you go camping? Inquiring minds would like to know, right? Or nosy Vicki. I'm putting some pop dots too on the back of the photo. Love it. Love that. A little bit of dimension always helps. I haven't put those, adhered them yet, so that I can still. So I'm going to cover most of this tag up. Guess what I'm going to do? Cut the bottom of it and use it for something else. Why would I want to shove that under there and not use it, right? You leave for Disney in 2 weeks. That's super excited, Carrie. Just to the trailer with your grandbaby. I love that, Kimberly. I just had a hand cramp. We told our boys that the pool was their vacation this year, definitely. And you know what? Oh, but you're going to go for a couple days to the water park. Manhattan Beach for vacay and pro volleyball tournament. That's exciting. Going to California. You have a mountain house in the Poconos. That is so nice. Look how exciting that is. And here's the other thing I have to say is that so many of us, like you guys, are from all over the place, right? I love that. I've never been to the Poconos. So now I need to experience the Poconos. Where else do I need to travel? Where have you guys been that is definitely a must-see? Learning your new job. Learning my new job at our soon-to-be coming deli. Very exciting, Dawn. That's some exciting stuff. You guys got a lot of stuff in the works. So I'm very happy that some of your lives are getting back to some semblance of normal. So I'm popping up a lot of different things here, okay? And because I don't layer pop dot right on top of a pop dot, right? There's one back here. When I go to layer this little label, I won't put it right on top. Grease, yes, I'm going to grease at some point. Do I want it there or do I want it there? I think it's going to go under the photo. So I'm going to do that, like that. And then stick my photo down. And I'm not going to put them on the bottom. I'm just going to put them at the top. On a little bit of an angle. There we go. Everything is slightly secured and I can remove some of the backings. Hello, Vicki. How are you? I was in Lake Tahoe last month. It was amazing. That's nice, pal. I'm glad you got to get away. I need to come to Connecticut to see my Kari. 100% true fact. Yeah, I want to do that. You were in Reno. I love that. You need to come to Texas to visit Keisha. I'll be in Texas in October. I will be in Texas in October because our cruise is going out of, where's the cruise going out of, Kari? I'm going to Houston first to hang out with my friend, who I don't think is here tonight. And then Rich will meet me and we will travel to, I'm not going to put that down there because I'm putting, well, maybe. Let's decide the border here. Galveston. Yes, so I fly into Houston and then we're off to Galveston. And then we're off to Galveston. So I'm going to do that much of the border. And then I'm going to actually leave that. I like it. So the blue, look at tying it in. So now let's think about here, here, and here. So we can make a visual triangle, right? And I might need to add, because sometimes the medium makes our stickers don't glue as well. So just back it with a little bit. Would you like to go to Scandinavia? Yes, I would. I would travel everywhere. Well, almost everywhere. I'm coming to Niagara in September. What are some of the must-sees? So where in Niagara will you be, Vicki? Like, are you going to, are you coming to Niagara? Niagara on the Lake, definitely, I would say you want to do that and go to Cows for ice cream and see all of the things. Niagara Falls. But yes, I would say if you're coming this way that Niagara on the Lake, there's, if you like vineyards and wine, and there are amazing, amazing places to eat. You want to go for a hike. If you like that kind of thing, take photos. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Okay. So see, now that's making my title pop. I left some over there so I can put some embellishments on there. Gonna put my title on. I will not, I don't usually glue anything to my photos. So I'll take my backings off, just some of them from the pop dots, but I leave them on. I don't know why. I don't think it really matters, but it's how I roll. Okay. There. Tack that down. So now look at, I'll give you a closer look. So I am loving that. It's working with all that crazy background. And I know this isn't for everybody, right? This is probably one of the busiest backgrounds that I've made, but I'm digging it. I find when I'm looking at it right here close in person, it looks pretty. It's not too much. So if you're looking at it going, ooh, I don't know about that, it actually looks okay. It looks okay. Ooh, sticker wrecking stuff over here. So now I need some kind of little sticker for in here. We have our hearts, right? And let me find my ephemera and decide if we want to add anything else, right? Let's see. I don't have that here. Let me grab it. I drove through Reno. It was so hot. My Canadian nephew married an American girl. They live in Vegas, and we all flew to San Francisco and drove to Lake Tahoe for the wedding. That's awesome. That is awesome, my friend. Okay, let's decide what ephemera, if any, we want to use on here. Because there are things we could do. Like, look at, if we wanted to, we could put a feather on here. Do that. We could do it like this. Or not. I don't mind it though, but, or not. Pink flower, maybe. Well, I kind of dig that. I kind of dig tying the pink down here. So maybe, I don't know. Ooh, look at this one has all the colors in it. Let's decide. Nope. I'm telling you, there's a lot of business going on in this background. So Unless I find something that is pretty high contrast, I don't know if I'll add anything, to be completely honest with you. I don't know if it needs it. You know, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So I am looking for maybe this one. I don't mind that. I want to cover all my details here. So let's see if I make it go down. I don't mind that. So let's decide if I put that with some hearts. And I like that this is very asymmetrical with the pattern coming off here, but I don't want to cover a lot up here, but we could definitely throw some hearts in. And let's do, remember I want to tie my turquoise in. So I think I want one up there or somewhere, maybe over here. Eek. Yeah, I like that. Just gonna lift this up a bit. Like that. Rethinking it. I don't want to cover up date. Like that. That works. And I can fluff it up. And if you want these to stay kind of lifted, just throw a pop dot behind them, right? Just layer a pop dot in there. But liking that. And then something that would contrast. See, it's a lot of business going on here, but I don't mind it. I'm just going to do that. I like it. Let's look at other things that we have. So the other thing, if you guys have noticed, when I do, so these are this is a set that is my handwriting and such. So I will often, I'll use hello everywhere. I'll put that on every single set because it could be hello vacay, hello Santa, hello summer. I just love that. And if you know me, it's kind of how I talk. But always see the filler, every single one, because it's like an ephemera pack or a pop dot pack in with your thickers. So if you notice, I will jam pack as much as they will let me on here. I will jam pack as much as they will let me on here. So that's just the point I wanted to make about that. I'm going to throw a yellow star. I like that. Here's the hard part though. So you're going to watch, because I'm looking and there's so much business going on in the back. I feel like I need to do something to help this. So now let's see, what color do I have? We go with the blue. Let's try it. And I'll show you what my thought is. I am going to get my little circle punch. I'm going to get a little circle punch. I buy love all the words and thickers. Thank you. It is with intention. I'm telling you, I touch every single SKU that has my name on it is created with intention. If you were ever wondering, I am very much a part of all aspects of design. And, well, in these ones, I hand draw all of it, right? It's all my handwriting, and then I send it in. And then they add a font if I want like a plain font. But it is with intention. So here's my thought here. So I'm going to punch some circles. And then I feel like these are going to be some little rest the eye. Love it already. Love it already. Look at, you will see where I'm going with this. because it's blending, and I'm having a little bit of an issue with that. These fingernails are fun, but I can't stick them under things. So that is problematic for me because I use my fingernails for everything. Bye for now. We'll see you later, friend. See you later, Marlene. Hello from Greenville, South Carolina. Is my Robin still here? Is Robin still out there hanging around? And then look at this blue is also the same thing in the heart. So I'm loving that. So let's see what will fit on that little one. We have a little orange heart. Gotta love that. But I'll put that on one of the bigger ones. Little orange heart. I can do over here. So we'll just have like a little business going on here. And then a little, what else do we have that would fit on there? Needs to be small, probably in the sticker book maybe. This Robin is. Hello, Robin. How are you? Hi, B. How are you? I was talking to Catherine today, and I was talking about you, B. All good. Just that I was happy to see my B. What colors? So what are we using in here? What do I want to use on there? A pink one? Yeah, let's use a pink one. So see sticker book, pink heart, different scale. Do we like that on there? Sure we do. That will work. We can pop that one up too. I am very happy to hear that, B. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Vicki. Question. I have your 3 ink sets and wonder how to use them as they are not water soluble. I think they're pigment inks as stamping ink. That's what I would use them for, Suzanne. Stamping ink. They work beautifully for stamps. See, it's hard for some of the stuff that I can pull mine out, and I would love to. And I actually have some of the gold ones still that I have to add to the store. But it gets hard because then people are like, I love them. Where can I get them? And then I have to say, I'm sorry, they are discontinued. So it's what ends up happening. So, but remind me of that, Suzanne, to pull out some of the older VB SKUs so that you guys who supported and bought them back in the day, I can make sure I do something to show you how to use some of the stuff, right? Just remind me. Just need a reminder sometimes, right? But they're great stamping ink. So I'm going to put this guy here. And put that guy there. Ooh, could I layer? Let's see. Let me decide. I'll layer one of the puffy ones with it. Which one would match and not blend? Oh, you want to use another one of the same ones? Because that guy could float out there. Oh, I like that. But now I feel like I need a star on that. I'm going to switch it out to a star. Yeah, don't mix with water. They are not water soluble. They are just like good stamping ink. They're good stamping ink. You don't want to mix those with water, but lesson learned, right? Lesson learned. You tried it. Oh, let's decide where we like this guy. So we swap until we're happy. This is a whole problem. I can't do anything fast, but I guess this isn't super slow per se, right? It's not super slow. Do like that, kind of going up the page. There. Love it. Committing. We'll see you later, Dawn. Yeah, it's 8:45. Vicky's got to keep trucking here. So I will keep on trucking. That's as much as I'm going to do on this one. I just need a word for on here. but I will add that later, and I will make sure I post these. Gives me something to post on the interwebs because I have been very delinquent with my social medias. So that is all I'm going to do for now, but I love that we've created a visual triangle with the turquoise, right? So that works for me. I will make sure I take a picture and I will post it. But there, now we did all of that magic with the background, and now I have a layout done. So I love that. The one thing I might do is grab my stencil again and put a little bit more yellow in here, which is easy enough to do after the fact because it's just distress ink and a stencil, so I can very much control, but I might add a little bit of color. And then I can go in and journal strips. And wouldn't it be fun to do, I could print them in reverse and do like black with white words. And I think black journal strips on here would be really fun. I think that would be really fun. Or I could use my jelly roller and write on black cardstock. So I think that black journal strips would be really fun. So there's one. I'm going to move on to the next one. You're watching Virgin River. I haven't watched that. Are there any new episodes out? I loved the first season of that one, and then don't hate me, but I thought the second season was a little meh. So don't hate me. What are your thoughts on that one? Or did you love both of them? That's what I was thinking, that I loved the first season, and then the second season was, I thought, a little, was it the second or third? I don't know. Maybe it was the third. But loved the first. Not sure about the second. And maybe I don't know, was it filmed during COVID times? Because I think that affected a lot of their limitations. Maybe it was the third. Okay, but it got a little cheesy, right? Was I wrong? So I think I just fell off the whole watching of Virgin River. But maybe I'll have to go back. But I loved the first one, and then I was like, I don't know. You totally nipped it in the bud, what my thoughts were on that. So look at with this layout, friends. And I know a lot of you made this background. It was probably season 3 then. So season 1 and 2, I liked it. Must have been season 3 that I kind of lost interest. Right? I kind of lost interest. But you don't have to do much on here, right? I'm going to simply mat these photos and then throw my title on here. I don't even think there's going to be a ton of embellishing because I just love this background. I don't feel like I need to work too hard with this one. So let's look. I pulled out orange. Let's see. Put my punches away. Let's look. So the orange is not exactly the same color. I don't even know if I care. I'm going to just do a slight matte on both of them. Exactly the same. Now, and then I'll have orange and the turquoises to play with here. So I am going to cut mattes. Very simple. This one's going to be pretty fast. Thank you, guys. Did you guys watch this live? If you didn't, I did all of this live. So if you're like, I did not even see that live. When did she make that one? It's there. So you definitely want to check it out. That was a really fun one. And a lot of you played along, which I love that every time that happens. But there were a lot of lovers of that background. And a lot of you guys posted your beautiful artwork using this technique. And this is my texture paste, which I don't have because I brought them with me to Lails. So I haven't put the stuff away. And the new Distress ink from Tim. And this was a pretty easy background, but it magically just all came together. So if you're looking for something fun to make, you might want to check out that live. Because I really do love how that turned out. Burp, burp. Hi, Kelly's Creative Dreams. You have a question, and I hope I have the answer you need. So shoot. What can I help you with? What can I help you with? Sometimes I want to trim the side off. I have to cut part of this off because I want my pattern a little bit more centered. Is Glenda leaving? See you later, friend. Because I know we have a busy weekend. So definitely, if you need to call it quits, go for it. I just wanted to come and do this for anybody who is not joining us this weekend. So I have been away for a couple of weekends. I didn't want you to think I had neglected you. So now, do you see what I want to do? So I'm not going to glue anything down because I'm covering all of this. So guess what I'm going to do? Let's look before I make any decisions. I could just pull it in tighter. Could totally do that, right? And I like this photo that I'm looking up at. It's like the Brady Bunch. This is the Brady Bunch. I have a photo I want to scrap. The photo printed a bit blurry. What would you suggest for making the photo pop? The mats that you use? Because even blurry photos, if you love the photo and it tells a story, use it just like you would any other. And I might mat it on black or some kind of neutral. Like you don't want to put busy pattern beside it. I would mat it on a solid and then you're fine. Just make sure the mat has like I don't know, about a 1/4 inch border around your photo. And that should rest your eye a little bit so it's not vibrating with pattern and color, and just go in with something really neutral. It's of my granddaughter after she had pulled about 80% of stuff bare off my Christmas tree. I love it. I want to preserve that memory. It's exactly what I do. Mat it in something that is really neutral so that you can still see what's going on there. Okay, I am lying. I don't want to cover all my butterflies up. So I'm going to leave a little spacer in here. It's very hard when you really love the background and you don't, but I still think, right? You still can see the gist of it, right? So that is kind of how my photos are going to go. Let's decide, do we want any kind of element on here? I don't know if I do or not. So I will decide if I do. I'm just messing around. No decisions made just yet. But see, then I could put that leaf down and build out of the center of the layout. And I can decide. The leaf would actually, the peacock feather. Let's decide what we want to do. I like that. I just don't know what else I would add with it. You know what I want to add with it? So I'm going to probably have to add it later is some butterflies. And I don't have any left in that stack of ephemera. But I would like to play up the butterfly. Do I have anything left on what I grabbed tonight? Somewhere, maybe. These are all partially used, right? Oh, there's a green butterfly. But you see what I'm saying? I could go. I did, Laura, and it is, oh, look it, I even like that kind of tone on tone. It was in a Friday Night Live a couple of weeks ago. So if you look through my videos, you will find. So I am going to find another butterfly, and it's going to layer out of the middle, and I'm going to leave it at that. And then we can decide what else we want to put with that. And if you notice, I have formulas. So of course I want to pop something off that top corner. So let me find what that could be. I've got words. And I've got labels and the clips. Let's see. And then we'll make 2 quick cards because that's I wanted it to be tonight. Just quick stuff. So you can see that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. This is with Tim's Chartered Mariner, and with my yes, I'm going to use the fussy cut butterflies, but I have to find that stuff, right? I don't have it handy right now, but I know I'm going to use some kind of clip like that. I like that. If I had 2 of those, if I could find a second one, which I have 50 million packs of all of this stuff, so I will look. Because I feel like I need to clip. Oh, yay! Here's one. So did I make anybody mad when I said that I loved the first 2 seasons of Virgin River and then didn't love this next one? Were any of you like, oh, hush your mouth, Vicki? Let me grab my other pack of ephemera. I want one more butterfly. I just don't know if I have any left in this one. Oh, I do. Okay. Oh, yes. Because I haven't talked about, right, my Usher weekend with Lael. So we went to Vegas and I went to see Usher with my friend Lael Conkar. And it was a lot of fun. I laughed because I talked to Catherine today and she's like, was it like she had taken her daughter years ago? And she said it was a little R-rated. And she said, is it still the same way? And I'm like, oh, yes, quite a bit, but nobody should be surprised if you listen to the lyrics of some of Usher's songs. But I have to say it was still a lot of fun. We had a great time. So, yeah, but it was a little on the R-rated side. I tried to talk Riley into going to see Pitbull with me, and he won't. He's like, I don't want to go see Pitbull. Pick another concert I can go to see with you. And I'm like, dude, but I want to go see Pitbull. I love Pitbull. And actually, I need to talk to my Zumba instructor. She might want to go see Pitbull with me because I love to Zumba and I love Latin dancing. So, of course, I love Pitbull. But he is not being nice to his mother and doesn't want to go see Pitbull. So I love this, friends. Like, absolutely love that. So some kind of version with the butterflies popping out in the leaf. I'm going to mess around with that. But that gives you an idea of where I'm going with this, right? Is the butterflies and the leaf. Maybe he'll pop behind the photo instead. Why do I always call butterflies he? Why have I determined that they're he's? Maybe on top, I don't know. Some kind of version of that, okay? I want to cover my whole leaf up though, so I got to mess with that a little bit. It's going to be something like that. And then I could put the title down here so it's running line, or I might be wild and crazy and put my title right in here and just keep it all clustered right in the middle because I'm digging that. And then I'm just going to, only thing I'm going to embellish is I will probably find little words that go up here. Like, look at, I have these. Tell the story, good times on my mind. Yes, that's perfect. Pitbull concert would be amazing. I've seen him once before and he was a phenomenal. The 4th is not that great either. I watched 4 episodes. I'd love to go see Pitbull. Me too, Sarah. I saw him at the casino because where I live here in Niagara Falls, there is, well, I don't live in Niagara Falls, but it's just a hop, skip, and a jump away from me. He was in concert at the casino, and he was really phenomenal. And a lot of people probably don't know it, but he is quite an awesome guy, like does a lot to give back. So I have good times on my mind. I like that. That's going to go there somewhere. And then actually might go down here because the yellow will pop more down here. Good times on my mind. And what else can I? You can't stop the awesome. Sugarcoat everything. Let's put that on there. He probably because in the nature the boys are pretty. Yeah, that's true. In nature, right? The boys always to attract a mate. So maybe that's why I always call butterflies he. Or maybe it's like, what was that, Bug's Life or whatever, and the ladybug was a guy? Remember that? Maybe that's why I just refer to my butterflies as he's. So I'm really digging this. I'm not going to glue anything down because we still have 2 cards to make, but you guys see where it's going. Fingernails not working, so give me a second here. And then we just need a title. So let's think of what we want for our title. I got that other pack of ephemera. Where did I? Oh, I didn't bring it over here. But look, we could do happy. Looking on the bright side. Look at that, friends. Look it. And I'll decide, but I think it's going to be some version of this. Only birds have the pretty boys, but think of a lion. A lion is like quite majestical, right? There's what other things in nature is the case other than birds? Not with bugs, you don't think? Insects? It's not the case in the insect world. I'm going to do some kind of version of this. So that is going to be what goes on this layout. And what I love is you might not have ever picked these colors for your background to go with this collection. And I have to say, the high contrast really works. So nothing's glued. I have to glue it down. But look how fun, right? And I know the lighting is not supercalifragilistic, but I'm going to put happy maybe back that on some kind of color maybe. I don't know, but definitely love this. And then my journaling, because this is my first like teaching trip since the world opened back up. So I think that could be a lot of fun to put the looking on the bright side and happy and then journal about that. So I love that. Okay, so there's 2 layouts from our mixed media backgrounds. And now let's put on our card making hats. And you know, Vicki always gets excited when we make cards because I was not traditionally or didn't believe I had the skill to make cards, and then realized that it's just a different format of paper crafting. We can all do the things. So even I have fear sometimes of doing things that are new or I'm not completely comfortable with. And I am very glad that I took the leap. Doesn't mean I'm going to quit one craft over the other, but let me tell you, I love the card making. Thank you very much. Yay, cards, my fave. I am very happy to make you happy, Julie. So now I just got to figure out where I put everything. Okay, there's my smile, one of them. So I layered 3. I die cut it from black cardstock and then glued 3 of them together because I know that that's the trick, right? So I just did the exact same one from my friend Gina K. This die. The one thing I will buy everything of, everyone I see that I like the font is sentiment dies because it's my jam with doing mixed media style cards. is using the sentiment dies. So remember, we have this background. So what should we do? Should we do a slim line? Let's cut part of it out and then we can make a decision. Okay. And I am going to start by cutting kind of the edge, this kind of funky doodle edge right here. So this was created when I cleaned my stencil. So when I had gone in on this layout and I did the, I love to do two backgrounds too and just keep one because I like it. And I actually love this one. I think this is the one I did second. And do you notice I stamped into the glaze? Can you see it? I love this. So I like to keep one that I don't do anything on because I love these. I don't ever care if I make anything. For me, the fun is in the doing the mixed media. And then I do the layouts because I know a lot of you guys like that, but I would not care if I didn't do anything else with it. So here we go. Vicky's got to remember. Slim line is 3.5 by, help me friends, 3.5 by 8 or 3.5 by 8.5. I need my card making friends to help me with the size of a slim line. When are you out there? Julie? Is it 8? 8.5? Somebody help me. What size is a slim line? I'm waiting. When of you guys are going to come on here and tell me? 8.5, but I need the finished size. So it's right 3.5 by 8.5. So good. I did remember. Because I'm just cutting, this is going to go on the front of my card, right? So look at, I like the edges here. So I'm going to clean that up so I can use part of it. But let's decide which part we want to go on the card. That'll work. So I am going to cut this down to an 8. I'm going to take a little bit off there and a little bit off here. I love, Vicky's got a thing for the slimline cards, right? So the piece I'm going to cut is going to be a 3 by 8. 3 by, oh, it's 3.5 by 8. 3.5 by 8 is what I normally do, right? So of course I just cut that to, I'm going to have to cut some of that off. So I need this to be 7.5 then, right? Need this to be 7.5. And then I will cut this to, I think, maybe 2 3/4. Will I get enough? See, this is where we have to decide what we're going to lose and that you can still tell they're butterflies. It's 3.5 by 8.5 or 3. It is 3.5 by 8.5. Okay. So I just cut a little bit more off, but we're fine. I just cut this down now to 7.5 and I need 3. So let's decide if we cut to 3, will we see enough? So I'm going to do 3.25. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. 3.25. 3.25. And that's going to be the front of my card. And it's going to be super simple. So should we put the card on black or do like a tiny skinny little mat? Do a skinny little mat. I'm going to do a skinny little mat. And then we're going to put it on white. Hi, Jill. Okay, I'm going to do a skinny, skinny, skinny little mat just so I can back it on white and that it will pop. And because I don't really measure anything, I'm just eyeballing what I want. I feel like that works. Oh, did it cut? Yes, it did. And now we'll see how straight Vicki cut everything. So very excited for the weekend. If you are participating, did you see that I did a live on Tuesday where I explained all of the fussy cutting? You do not have to have the fussy cutting done for the weekend, but I know some people like to play with some of the stuff and wanted to get some of it done. So I did share all of that information. Like I said, you do not have to have that all completed. We'll see how straight I cut. It doesn't look very good right now. It looks like I cut pretty crooked. So let's see what kind of a hot mess Vicki can make. Okay, so let's make my card base. So I know that I need to make it a 7 by 8.5. That's what we decided, right? You've been fussy cutting through the live. That's a great thing. You're busy fussy cutting right now. Fussy cut a ton of Sweet Rush butterflies out, made cards. Yeah, definitely. This is already 8.5, so I just need to cut this to 7, right? Fold that in half. And that will be, do you guys score or just fold? Just curious. Do you score or do you fold? Where do I have anything? So, of course, nothing is necessarily handy. Ooh, look at, I almost did that wrong. I didn't do that right, did I? Oh, it's because I'm doing it the wrong way. Vicki will maybe be okay. She might not. There we go. Did you guys, was anybody yelling? Flip your paper around, you ding dong. No, nobody caught it, right? Yeah, well, you know what I call it is fussy cussing, Keisha. I call it fussy cussing. And then when you don't score very well, you just pretend so all the people don't see that you did not score very well. I call it fussy cussing because that's what most people do when I make them do it, is they cuss me out. So we call it fussy cussing. Fussy cussing. See you later, Kari. We'll see you tomorrow, friend. Thanks for joining for as long as you could. Very happy always to have you here. So because I cut this a little short, we're just going to fake it. And then this is going to go on here like that. And then this is where you see I didn't cut very straight. So I will fix that right now. It's not even on screen, is it? Let me do this. There. I'm almost done. This one's going to be very fast, but I do have to figure out why it is on such an angle. This should fix it though. It's like, there we go. And let's glue that on. Hi, Brienne. How are you? You're joining just when Vicki's being a card maker. Brienne is an amazing card maker and an amazing human being. And I always am very proud when I put on my card making hat. Because I never really, right? And now I'm very much into the whole card making scene. So many friends that are card makers and amazing card makers. And I think back in the day though, I just didn't have the time to do both. Do you know what I mean? I kind of had to pick. I'm going to trim a little bit off this side and hope. Let's hope Vicki doesn't wreck her whole mat, but it's too wide. And I just didn't have the time to do both, right? Because doing this like I make my living doing this, right? Is that most of my assignments and projects were photo-based. And back in the day, it really was kind of one or the other, right? You weren't doing both all of the time. You weren't doing both. Okay, let's see. Are you guys talking about the Barbie thing? I'm totally going to that Barbie thing in Mississauga, just so you know. I'm going to put on a pink dress. I just forgot. I have a Barbie skirt and a Barbie t-shirt with Malibu Barbie. I have to show up in my whole Barbie outfit. I have Barbie jewelry. I forgot all about my Barbie skirt. I've got to go to the Barbie interactive thing in my Barbie outfit, don't you think? Thank you, Mari. And what do you think? I can just keep it simple like this, right? Should I put it on the little banner? Should I put smile on like just a little piece of cardstock? Or can I just leave it simple like this and then put some pearls or something up? What do you think? Could I do it like that? Let me put it closer. What do you think? Do I put it right on the black down? Oh, I like that. If I line it up with, then it really kind of pops from that, right? And then, so should I do something that embellishes them, or can that just be, help me card makers? Can I just leave it simple like that because the background's so pretty? Simple with pearls, right? I like that idea. I like the idea that I don't have to do anymore. And I guess not everything, right? Like let the pretty art just do it's still angled. So you know I'm going to probably screw this up right now. But it is just in my nature that I can't leave it. Like that's bothering me a lot, that end is not lined up. In a perfect world, I would use a craft knife and a ruler to fix that. But let's see. But you know what's funny? Card makers, right? Have you ever, you can spend like 3 hours just making a card, can't you? If you're doing lots of like embossing and have you ever spent 3 hours on a card? Tell me, card makers, what is the longest time you've spent creating a card? I want to know. I'm really nosy tonight, aren't I? But I would love to know, what is the longest time you've spent making a card? Three hours, definitely. 6 to 10 hours. Tell me what you're doing. Coloring. Yeah, if you're coloring, then you could definitely spend that much time, couldn't you? If you're coloring, you could definitely spend hours doing a card. Didn't even think about that. Yeah, with your Copics. True facts, right? Okay. And then do you think, I think the smile right down here just kind of makes that pop, don't you? I like that. I'm asking, but you know, in typical Vicki fashion, I'm just going to do what I want anyway. A week, but I was hand drawing my Christmas cards. Yes. 3 hours on a card. I love that, right? And were any of you scrapbookers before and now you're strictly card makers? Or have you always been card makers? Do you do both? Are any of you card makers that now dabble in a little bit of mixed media or scrapbooking? I'm curious. I have lots of the questions tonight, don't I? Lots of the questions. Scrapbooker, now both. I love it. You've always been a card maker. I gave away an inkstand in each of the lives tonight. Can I give one away here? Yes, you can. Did you hear that, friends? My friend Kari has an amazing product called the inkstand. And she just offered to give one away tonight. So, of course, we will let her give one away. Hey, here's one of those things. Guess what else I could give away tonight? How do you guys feel if now, in the spirit of giving, I randomly select someone for a Sweet Rush kit? So that is $185 value. Is anyone interested in that? Because now that Brienne is being super generous, I feel like let's do that away. I can give away a Sweet Rush kit. So it's only Forever Who's Still Here watching. Forever Who's Still Here watching. That totally made sense. I'm tired. So sorry, I make no sense. I'm going to give away a Sweet Rush kit. And what I'm going to do is just quickly scroll. So you need to leave a comment right now. Leave a comment because I'm going to quickly scroll. So whatever, you can just tell me what your favorite color is. I don't care what you post, but leave a comment. When I'm done this card, I am going to do a quick scroll through the comments and I am going to give away a whole pack of Sweet Rush because I'll just give away one of my Sweet Rush kits. And you know it's jam-packed full of product. And even if you have it already, you could make another one for a friend or just use the stuff that's in it to create more projects. So I love it. So go for it. Brienne is going to draw right now from your comments. However you want to do that, my friend. And then I'm also going to give something away in the spirit of giving. So whatever you want to comment, it doesn't matter because I'm just going to do a quick scroll and wherever it ends in the comments is where is the person who's going to get the giveaway. And then all you have to do is email me at vickybootenkits@gmail.com your mailing address and I will pop it in the mail. What do you think, guys? I think that is enough, right? And then I'll decide. I put some pearls or maybe some pearls on the butterflies or something. But for right now, I just love that. I'm just going to leave it like that. So there's one card done with just my scraps. That's what I clean my freaking stencil off with. I love that, right? So here we go. I'm doing it quick. Here we go. You ready? And guess what? The winner is Irene Limburg. So congratulations, Irene. I just scrolled, landed on your name, and you won. So thank you very much. And Brienne, did you pick a winner? Did you pick a winner? Did you pick a winner? Did I miss it? Oh, I didn't mean to steal her thunder. So, oh, look it. And she did. I just saw it. We picked at the same time. That is the best. So Brienne picked Jerry. Jerry is the winner of the inkstand, which you are going to love. I love my inkstands. And Irene is the winner of a second, because she already has one, a second Sweet Rush kit. So, yay. I love to give away. And then during the class, how I will give away will be some gift certificates to my store. So then it just makes it easy for me. I don't have to mail anything, and I will just do that. Okay. There we go. So one card. And now I'm going to use the same smile And then look at, I really believe, so I was digging this. So I'm going to see, I just tore some of this out and then I'm going to make a card like that. So we will just do, I'm tired, so help me. What is a standard A2 card? Just help me, friends. Help me, friends, because I can't remember anything tonight because my brain is starting to power down. And I need to find where the whole stack of white cardstock I just had in my hand is. No, it's never too late, Brianne. It's never too late. If you want to hang out and watch with us tomorrow, I can ship you out a kit. Just go ahead, go place your order and I will ship it out. So you won't get the kit in time to do it live with me, but it's jam-packed. 185 Canadian. So with any of my American friends out there, that is cheap for all the Canadian friends, because if you bought everything on your own, you get me for free. I always say what you pay for is pretty much value of product. And then you get the teaching part, which is what a lot of you guys pay access only, is 40 Canadian. You get that included in your kit value, because I want to do things that encourage you to buy through me, because it's the reason I do these classes is that's how I support myself. My classes are where I make pretty much my living. And I know a lot of you guys support your favorite local scrapbook stores, so you'll buy your product on your own. Or if you live internationally, I'm going to try to do some stuff to help with that with the next kit. But I get that a lot of you buy the kits on your own. Sometimes you just sign up because you're like, I already have everything. And then you end up shopping and spending way more. So just know, if you want to do Christmas with me or you want to participate in Sweet Rush, I still have kits. The Evergreen and Holly is going to go live next week as a pre-order. Like I said, I jam-packed it with everything in Evergreen and Holly, except for like the cards and stuff. And then I added a whole bunch of the new crepe paper in there. So it's going to be a really fun class, right? That's like $4 US. You know what I'm talking about, Brianne, right? It's craziness. The exchange rate is higher than 30% right now. So it's really crazy. All right. So here we go. The kits are a value. Well, I try to make it that way, Tracy, because why would you buy it from me if it wasn't? That's how I look at it. Like, of course, I get it. Everyone is frugal out there and they want to save as much money as possible. But what happens, I think, too, is the first time somebody joins me, they're like, oh, I think I could buy all of this for cheaper than $185 in shipping. And then it usually doesn't work out that way. But maybe you have a killer deal somewhere, right? Or you find it on sale. I'm just happy to have you guys here. But just so you get what the background of all of it is I do the classes because I'm going to teach with it anyway. And then if I can give you guys a good deal on all of the kit, it helps, right? Okay, so you guys told me what the size, the poor Canadian dollar, it really is, right? And then I don't even charge really for all my shipping costs that are included in all of that, right? Because I have to pay to get it over the border into Canada. I have to pay to get them shipped. And I have to pay tax on top of that, all of that. So I do not usually even factor that into what I'm telling you the cost is literally just the exchange. Just the exchange. Where did I put the white cards? Oh, it's right. No, it's not. I had a whole stack of it, friends. I don't know what I did with it. Vicky's losing her mind. Just let me get up and look. There it is. I found it. I found it. Okay, so you guys just told me that the card base is 5.5 by 4.5. So if I cut it this way at 5.5 and fold it, right? No, that's not, Vicki. You got to do it this way. I got to cut this all out, right? So I need to do 5.5 by 8.5, right? Because it's 4.25 by 5.5, right? 4.25 by 5.5, card making friends, right? So I need to do 8.5 and fold that in half, but I will score it. My scoring tool. So I need to now do 4.25. I need to, so do you guys buy card bases, or do you just make a whole bunch of card bases and have them ready to go? Because I know a lot of you out there are going to tell me, because you are very regular card makers. So do you make card bases out of your Nina, or do you buy pre-made card bases? You make them as you need them. So you don't like one day cut a bunch of mats and then cut a bunch of card bases. I know that now, but I looked quickly, Natalie, and I thought it said 4.5 by 5.5. And after I cut it, I remembered it was 4.25 by 5.5. So I know I could have got 2 cards out of that. So thank you for pointing out my ding dongness, Natalie. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, I realized after. So I could have got 2 out of there. So this craft mat, it's just a lint collector, right? Just a lint collector. You get the cheaper heavy card for the base, and then you use the Nina for stamping and coloring. Yeah, I know. That is a good idea. So I'm just giving us a quick wipe because even though I do mixed media, if you watched with Lael, you'll know Vicki does mixed media, but I also am a little bit crazy. And when it gets really messy, it really bothers me. So even though I do messy things, I also need to control my environment. There we go. Okay, so what my thought was is when I was messing around with this, I love that look. So that is just paper tearing. So we're going to almost make tiger stripes out of that. And we're going to tear that comes in here, this way, that way. That's how I'm making this card. That's how I decided I'm making this card. And guess what? I'm just using my scraps right here. And I'm just going to tear. So let's go for it, right? So I am going to do kind of positive tearing, because I don't want any white to show. I just want all color. And this is how we're just going to kind of go in and do these torn edges. So I'm just going to tear a bunch and then we can place. Okay. Here, I'm going to do this. Okay. Sorry, my head's in here, but we're making a card. So wouldn't it be nicer if you could see what I was doing? Is that better, friends? Right? For the layout, we need to be far away. For the card, this might be helpful. So you can actually see what I'm doing. So I hope that helped. Because as I'm looking, I'm like, nobody can even see what you're doing, Dingaling. So now I'm just focusing on this. Got to cut a straight edge. So this is actually going to kind of be like a decoupage card, right? This is going to end up being like decoupage. Although I'm going to just glue it down because I don't want to mess around with the wet. But in essence, that's really what the gist is. So when I say I'm tearing it behind, right? So that I can get just the color. I don't want the white edge. So look at, if you've done a background with me and you really don't like it, here is a way to use it in your card making. You could do a whole layout like this. Is literally just tearing your edges. You could, we'll decide if we want, I could totally stencil the background in a really simple polka dot or pattern, or we can decide to use it white. But I feel like we're kind of going with this clean vibe tonight. So we'll decide what we're doing here. I want that black piece right there. See it? And so I'm tearing away so that I can get just the nice whiteness of this. And then decide. Okay, I feel like I have enough pieces. I'll do one more. And maybe this really simple, just butter bubble piece down here. Okay. Let's look and decide where we want these. I really love that one. So maybe we'll start like that. And then that one. Come in like this. I'm going to commit. Not even going to think about it. I'm just going to commit. You could use a glue stick, would be a great option. I am just going to use my tape gun. But you could totally do a glue stick. But I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just going to go in and say, yep, I love that. That is exactly what I wanted. And then the little pieces that are sticking up, we can put a little glue or whatever we want to do. Okay, but look at that. Look at that. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's so fun. I'm going right on the white. Obviously, I've decided I did not stencil. So I'm just going right on the white. And I'll trim my edges. Where was that big one? So next, oh, that'll be fun. But I don't know if I want to use that yet. Oh, this one, the favorite. Gonna go for it. I'm gonna put some glue on here because it's really thin where I tore the paper. So dear glues get clogged. So I've been putting my little pin in it, but I still, there must be like a big booger in it because I can't, even when I put the pin in and I feel like I've cleaned it out, right? It still feels like, why is the glue not just coming out of it? Maybe the glue is starting to dry out. What do you think? Oh, there, lots of glue just came out now. But then the booger's back in it, right? I push the booger down, but then the booger reemerges. Okay, let's see. It's definitely a booger in there. Okay. So it is like decoupage. Start laying out our pattern. Oh, I love it. This is a lot more solid piece, so I know I can put my runner on here because my tape is not, my glue gun is, or glue is not helping. Okay, here we go. I think I want that to come right across because I like all the color and the black stamping that's on there. There's the little black X's that were stamped on that one. Ooh, look at that really thin one with the bubble. Yep, do that one. Really, and if you tore each piece, this one really fits right in there. Love that. Put that one there. Hello from Brazil. How are you? We're just messing around. We made 2 layouts, making a card to finish up our night. I want a very little piece of this polka dot one to finish right there. And then let's decide where the smile will fit on here. We'll trim our edges off. And then let's see what it looks like finished. I put them away. I don't know if they matched up because of that I tore them from the same edge, or maybe I just tear the same way. I don't know what the dealio was there. But they certainly did line up, right? Look how fun that is when it's finished. And I just love that this looks very artsy when it's finished, right? It's a very artsy looking card. And using just scraps, what you might have just thrown in the trash. And then we can just do, look at, I kind of dig that, don't you? I need to glue that edge down. But I like that. Doop, smile. Perfect right there. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. Now, be honest with me. Do you like these, or are these cards like, yeah, not my jam at all? You are not going to hurt my feelings. I'm just curious because these don't look like traditional cards, do they? Do you think people would like these cards, or would they get one of these in the mail and go, that is caca-poo-poo? Would they love it? Or would it be like they like little gnomes or flowers better? I'm curious. You are not going to hurt my feelings if you're out there going, yeah, it's fun to watch and you're using your scraps. But no, this is not my jam. And I don't think the average person would like this card. I'm curious because I don't think this looks like what most people would make. So I'm enjoying it, but I might be the only one. I might be alone in my enjoyment of the card out of my scraps. I'm just curious. So here's my question. What do you do when you die cut? What is the trick when you get all those little fray-y bits? Because here's the other thing I love about card makers. You've got all the tricks. Stampers, die cutters. But I found that when I cut, I don't know if it's the type of cardstock I used, but it was very frayed, if that makes sense. Kind of had frayed edges, you know what I mean? So what's the dealio with that? Now, and it's not like, I don't know how I could sand it. I couldn't get in the edges and sand like other things I would with like a nail file. So I'm going to look at your comments after I'm being masking tape, sticky side out. to de-hair the paper. Masking tape, sticky side out to de-hair the paper. I need to understand that better, Sarah. Nail file, but it's so delicate. I don't know how I would nail file, because that's what I would have thought. Nail file. Sorry to write slowly and little. I'm learning from you and loving everything here. I love that. Thank you. Use tape and pounce on it. So that's what you're saying. Sticky side out. Okay. If there's a video that shows that, you got to show me. Much love and respect to you and your channel. I hope that all is well. Thank you. Needs a butterfly. I really love the artistic abstract look, all the pops of color, especially the black. So see, now I will add something on here. You know what I would add on here, to be honest with you? Stitching. I think if I sewed on this, it would be, like, to me, awesome sauce. Now it's going to be kind of hard to stitch it because it's not backed on. Like if I would have backed this on something, but I really like this one. I don't know. So maybe this isn't for everybody, but Deb said not everybody would like it, but if I sent it to her, she would like it. I love that. I think that's what I need to start. You learned it from Kathy Z. She's a smart one. Splatters would be fun too. Yeah, totally. So here's what I have to say, friends, is that with some of the cards I'm making, I think every month I should get you, if you are interested, if you guys start sending me your mailing address, that every month I'd like to send some cards out. Don't you think that would be fun? Because I'd love to share them. So I think I should start doing that, right? Is every month I could start mailing out some of the stuff I made, backgrounds, all of that kind of stuff. So let's see. I will do cards for sure because the mailing wouldn't be too much. Here we go. Hi. Let me turn the light on because then I look like I have a black eye. Did you notice that? I look like somebody punched me in the eye. But in case the light was not the best, I love how that turned out. I have to say I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not going to pick up the layout that I just made because everything will fall on the floor. And then there's the other one. Turned out okay, right? So that's fun, but I would like to do that if you're interested. We'll have to figure that out. I'll figure out somewhere for you to put it. Send it to me. I'll figure that out. And then I'm going to just make a jar. I'll make a jar with addresses that I just add to the jar, and I could pull out names out of the jar and just mail you some happy mail, right? I think that would be fun. So we have to figure out where I can put that so I'm not bombarded with them. So help me think of that. What would be the easiest way that we could do that, where I could get everybody's mailing address and then put it in a jar, and then every month I will send out some happy mail. I love that. A Google form people could use. Oh, Brianne. So let's talk about that later because I love that. Whatever the easiest way for me to do it. So it's not like I don't want to load up my email, but a Google form is a good idea. I love that. So that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me, friends. And thank you, Brianne Loveland, for hopping on from, oh my goodness, this is what happens when I'm tired. Stamp, help me. Brianne, oh my goodness, how did that just happen? It just left my head. Stamp stand? Say it again. Oh my goodness, and I apologize. I'm so embarrassed now. Help me. Inkstand. That's what, inkstand. So that was a nice surprise that my friend Brianne Loveland from Inkstand, I wish I could totally edit that all out and start again, hopped on here and gave an inkstand away. And then, and I forget, Jerry, I think, won it. And then yay to Irene, who won the random giveaway of a Sweet Rush kit. So yay. And I'm going to sleep because we got a lot happening starting tomorrow. So if you're joining me, tomorrow is our Sweet Rush weekend, and I can't wait. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to make cards. and it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of stamping and fussy cutting, and it's all stamping tomorrow. All the cards are from the floral stamp set from Sweet Rush, so we're going to be doing that. And then we're going to get our sleep, and we're going to make an album on Saturday and then layouts on Sunday. So much fun. Thanks for joining me. Everybody have a wonderful weekend, whatever you're doing this weekend. If you're crafting, or if you're just spending time with family, or doing laundry, whatever it is, I hope you find a little bit of time to get creative. And I will see you next Friday for Friday Night Live, not Thursday night. It'll be next Friday. So thanks so much, friends. Remember that to watch your newsletters, because your mail, because I will be emailing information about the Christmas Lollapalooza weekend using my new collection from American Crafts, Evergreen and Holly. I'm going to be sending info out for that. And I think that's everything I have to share. I have other stuff that's coming, but we'll talk about that another day. So have a wonderful weekend, guys. And we'll see you later. Thanks for joining me as always. You guys are the best. Bye, guys.